Kyrie Irving is delusional. He doesn't get it. The man could ruin another talented locker room in even less time than he did in Boston. Kyrie was out for months, has a bad game, then thinks, oh, this is the perfect time to call out my teammates. What are you doing? In this video, we'll break down exactly what he is doing, why he's doing it, and what that could mean for the Nets. Hey guys, it's Casey Kiernan, host of the AM Hoops YouTube channel. We're doing things a little differently if you usually watch the channel. I felt like this Kyrie news was something that I needed to talk about, so I'm getting it out today, the day of, instead of waiting till Friday when our videos normally come out, because I know this is what you guys are hearing about and want to talk about right now. Of course, Kyrie has had a history of bad leadership. We all know what went down in the Celtics and how he torched that locker room, but it may not be all his fault. See, he came into the league at 19 years old, the #1 overall pick, to a Cavs team that LeBron had just left for Miami. Cleveland, for some reason, did not acquire vets to help Kyrie learn how to be a pro. Instead, they took flyers on potential talent that went bust. And speaking of bust, they took Anthony Bennett, #1 overall. They signed Andrew Bynum, who flamed out and they got rid of by Christmas. Kyrie's Cavs won 21 games, then 24 games. He became used to chaos and losing right out of the gate. Now, a start in the league like that doesn't have to ruin a player. We've seen guys recover from bad starts and losing environments, but Kyrie's different. I mean, this is a guy who claimed that the earth was flat and that we should do our own research. He also posted that long, emotional rant on social media after the fans booed him in Boston. He wasn't even in the building that night. And a mind like that probably needed some guidance in the beginning. Another delusional thing that he did was leave Cleveland too soon. The Cavs were gonna make another run to the NBA Finals. Maybe they would have won another championship. We'll never know. Instead, Kyrie wanted his own team, and we started to see the kind of leader Kyrie really is.
So the things that you're doing, that you've done your whole entire career, of being able to, kind of coast by in certain situations, and you've gotten away with your youth and stuff like that. Being on a championship ball club, you can't get away with that. The emphasis on every day doing it, it doesn't become important to some young guys until they get later on in their career where they have to appreciate their talent more.
Why would you call out your teammates like that? A team, yes, young guys, but who had just gone to the Eastern Conference Finals without you. Of course, that didn't go down very well in the locker room, as predicted. The team chemistry didn't recover. The locker room was divided. Before that, he actually said this about why he chose to leave Cleveland. Quote, "I wanted to be the guy that led us to a championship. I wanted to be the leader. Leading your team is something that is not meant for many people." That's you, Kyrie. And he proved it in Boston before he left. Again, leaving a team loaded with talent who may have taken a run to the finals if they could fix that team chemistry, but oh no, he left for Brooklyn. Now, the Nets did look like a good destination for several reasons. A good GM, a good coach in Kenny Atkinson. They had just overperformed, even won a game in the playoffs against Philly, and they had developing pieces. Plus, of course, Kevin Durant would be there. But in the meantime, it would just be Kyrie, at least on the floor, leading this team. And we saw how that went in Boston, but no one predicted how quickly reports of issues would come. On the team's preseason trip to China, there were reports of mood swings. Kyrie would shut down, not communicate with teammates, refuse to wear a sports science tracking device during drills that is standard in forward-thinking teams around the league, and the most petty thing of all, he would not take off his hat for this team photo. In fact, he told the team if they want it off so bad, they should Photoshop it off. Jeez. When these reports came out, of course, there was drama, but Kevin Durant was quick to come out and back his teammate. He said, quote, "I look at Kyrie as somebody who is an artist. You have to leave him alone. You know that he'll bring it to the table every night because he cares so much about the game." And you have to agree with Kevin Durant on all of that. Kyrie does bring it on game day. He is super talented. But an artist who you have to leave alone is not a leader. But apparently, Kyrie Irving thinks you can be both. This latest explosive quote came after Kyrie returned from missing 2 months with an injury. The team just lost to Utah, then Philly, two good teams. Kyrie had an off night and said this, quote, "It's glaring in terms of the pieces that we need in order to be at the next level. It's pretty glaring. We need one more piece or two more pieces that will complement myself, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, Garrett Temple, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Caris LeVert, and we'll see how that evolves." Okay, so there's the guys who Kyrie Irving has now publicly come out and said are the future. What if you're the other guys who are pretty talented, by the way? Guys like Jared Allen, Joe Harris, Taurean Prince, and others. How are they supposed to feel? Why would Kyrie say that in public? The only explanation is that Kyrie thinks he's LeBron James. See, there are certain guys, players, who can come out and sort of play GM in the media. Maybe not as just upfront and blunt as Kyrie did it, but even being a little subtle. The guys who have that power no matter what is LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry, though it wouldn't be his personality, Kevin Durant, and CP3. They are on the upper tier. They could probably go to any team in the league and have that kind of cachet. The other players who could get away with playing GM in the media have earned credit on their current team. Guys like Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, or James Harden. See, the thing about Kyrie, he's neither. He's delusional. But actually, he needs to be delusional. It's why he had the confidence to shoot and make the most important shot in Cavs history. Without his delusional confidence, Cleveland may not have won their first and only title. But in the locker room, that part of Kyrie is poison. The ironic thing here is that part of this may actually be LeBron's fault. Back in 2014, Kyrie finally got that leader to learn from in Cleveland, but that leader made some mistakes. There was the time he called out Kevin Love on Twitter. LeBron denied at first this tweet had anything to do with Love, then later he admitted it. This tweet was about Kevin Love. He said, "Stop trying to find a way to fit out and just fit in. Be a part of something special." Just my thoughts. Now, at the time, Love was frustrated about his role on the Cavs, and LeBron was trying to send a message, a public one. Bad move. LeBron said he learned from his own mistake. This is a quote from LeBron about leadership. Quote, "You go and you say something publicly and it ends up received in so many different ways, and you never know how fragile or what guys are going through when you say things like that. You're expecting results, but at the same time, I should have kept it in-house. Going forward, I want to test these young guys. I can't be a bully like that." Now that's a great lesson, and clearly LeBron James is a better leader today for the mistakes he's made in the past. But Kyrie somehow still hasn't learned that lesson. Kyrie also watched the way that LeBron used to call his younger teammates kids. Pretty disrespectful for guys who have earned their place in the NBA, and it was a big part of the reason why Kyrie left. It made LeBron's shadow even bigger in Cleveland, and Kyrie wanted to step out. But he went right to Boston and basically did the exact same thing with his younger teammates. Kyrie apparently can't learn from other people's mistakes, but now he's making plenty of his own. Now, there are some Nets fans who are already tired of Kyrie Irving. They're wondering why they gambled on this guy in the first place, a guy who's injury prone and can wreck a locker room. They look at the team last year. D'Angelo Russell coming into his own as a leader. They developed guys like Joe Harris, hit on guys like Caris LeVert in the draft. Won a game against Philly in the playoffs. If they had just added a legit power forward, maybe this team takes another leap. And to that I say, you're crazy. If you have the chance, the opportunity to get guys with the talent level of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, you sell off whatever B+ or even A- players you have to. Superstars win championships in this league, and Sean Marks did the right thing, whatever the cost. I mean, the Nets could stumble into a title with the talent that they now have, chaos or not. Unless Kyrie Irving ruins this whole experiment before Kevin Durant comes back and gets healthy. If there's one thing we've learned about Kyrie, he is a great number 2, a championship number 2, but he's not a number 1. Is Kevin Durant a number 1, a really good leader? Maybe not, but the Nets have to hold this thing together for KD to get healthy so they can find out. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want to support the channel, of course, hit subscribe as always, but also I've got a couple of different versions of the shirt that I wear in videos down for sale below. I appreciate all the support.